Hey, Marcos. All right, let's get started. Gateway, do you have any updates?
Hello. Well, I'll say no updates for today. Hopefully next week we have great progress with consensus private RPC, but for today, no.
All right, Shatter?
Yeah, again, not too many updates this week. We are eagerly awaiting the Nethermind release. Other than that, we had some issues with our lib2p boot nodes that we're currently investigating. Yeah, and we will also, in the not too far future, add some more keepers on our side, so the network will be hopefully even more stable. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
What's the current state with the dashboard?
Which one do you mean, the Explorer or the internal monitoring?
All of them, I guess.
So the Explorer is usable and should show the correct inclusion of transactions. So the issue we talked about last week has been fixed. And our internal monitoring is working, but we still don't get all the information we want from peer nodes. That's also something we are still working on with Nethermind, or rather they're working on. So that should improve in the future as well.
And why is that one internal and not public?
That's basically a Grafana dashboard of, it's mostly monitoring the keepers at this point, but it's also showing peer-to-peer connectivity. The reason it's not public is because it also shows IP addresses at the moment, which we don't necessarily want to expose, I guess. But it's also on the plan to have something there that is publicly accessible, especially once our staking initiative for Shutter goes live. We want to be able to show people how stable and how much uptime keepers have.
All right. Can you send me the link to the dashboard?
The public one?
Yes.
That's explorer.shutter.network.
All right. Regarding testing, where are we at with Hive tests?
Hi. Regarding Hive, last week we have fixed all the Nethermind file tests. Also, I have added RES support. The most of tests for RES still filing, but the issue with RES was not with Hive. So in the theory, DevJet can use Hive to work on RES in addition to Ethereum tests.
Hello. Also, I can tell you about retest ETH. We were working on that. So there are some errors. There were some errors on the retest ETH side. We removed some. So let me tell some the updates. So we removed some unnecessary fields, which were. So we removed them because of that they were failing the retest ETH, and then we fixed some scripts for clients. Those scripts are sending some not required fields, and clients were failing because of that also. And now Ethereum tests exceptions, they don't match with the Ethereum with the client's exception messages, and the meaning of those exceptions are same but not the text. So now I'm fixing those Ethereum tests. Yeah, and also there was some Docker file had some conflicting dependencies, stale dependencies. I updated them. And the next steps will be, I guess, will be fixing these Ethereum tests messages, exception messages, so that they will generate tests. They will fill the tests. Yeah, that's it from our side.
All right. I might come in DMs later because I'm not sure I understood everything, but that's fine for now. So is there a different update for Ethereum /tests then, or the EELs or whatever thing?
The thing is that retest is like the backbone of Ethereum test. Until we don't fix that, and we are in this, until we don't fix retest ETH, we will not be able to run Ethereum test. And in the step that Jericho plan is now is that is basically fixing the different how to say that the exceptions that the clients are given, and fixing at the same time the Ethereum test. So it's a work that will be in parallel.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Yeah, Jakob?
Sorry, I misclicked it.
No worries. All right, updates from Nethermind.
Yeah, hello. So we are very close to releasing 1.30 officially. It is a matter of maybe hour, 2 or 3. So today, we had some last-minute issues which we wanted to adjust, and also Mark suggested one more PR for Shatter, and he wanted it to be included and started on twin stake validators to verify if everything is working fine, and we confirmed everything is fine in there and also on Chiado. So yeah, we are very close to that. Not sure if there is much more update on this side. Yeah, and about for force implementation wise, we are, I would say, almost done, but we are right now working on fixing issues. I mean, about the ERA files exporting, importing.
All right, and once those error files are generated and work correctly, is there already some code to share them on torrents? How does the import actually work? Like, is it something manual? Where would you find those torrent links and whatever? Like, how would the whole process look?
From the process perspective, I mean, this should be hosted, ERA files after exporting should be hosted somewhere publicly, so the other nodes would be able to point to it and just import back to their nodes, right? So for now, we need to make sure that the ERA files which we created are valid and there are no gaps in blocks or receipts. And once we'll do that, we need to just sit and probably figure out where we want to host it, so others will be able to drop the history and just, if needed, just export it back.
And like for importing, can you just tell your node, okay, I want an archive node, please fetch the ERA files at this address, for example? Or do you have to manually download them and then run a command?
As far as I know, it was a configuration on the Nethermind side, but wasn't testing that much. We don't have Jarosław today who is testing that actually. So, but as far as I knew, it was the configuration side. So you configure your node, point out where you want to download from, and it will import you to the node. But need to confirm. We'll ask maybe Jarosław on next meeting to maybe join and maybe give at least some short demo on that, or at least
that would be awesome, actually.
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Erigon?
So today we released Alpha 6 of Erigon 3, and there is a number of changes there. And now we, by default, we are not an archive node, we are a full node. And there are many, with the focus being on Erigon performance as a validator. Like we are still great as an archive node, but now with Erigon 3, we believe we are in a great position to be a validator as well. So let me share a link to. Julia wrote a blog post on Alpha 6. So yeah, we should release beta 1 in a few weeks, and it's still like. But Erigon 3 is transitioning from the alpha phase to the beta phase, and its stability is improving, and it's been in the works for years. But I think it is a significant improvement over Erigon 2. So yeah, read the blog post if you're interested.
Awesome. And this new release contains a validator client, or what? I mean, I read something on Twitter. I'm not sure.
We like Erigon, even Erigon 2 can perform as a validator, but because like with Erigon 2, the initial sync is very slow, and it's not, the UX is not great for a validator. In Erigon 3, the initial sync is much faster.
Yeah, I meant the client like to actually do like the validation inside Kaplan directly.
Oh, okay, yeah, and but by default, so now by default, Erigon 3 comes with Kaplan, which is a CL implementation. So you need, instead of 2 processes, you need 1. You still need some keeper for your validator keys, maybe Lighthouse or whatnot, but the bulk of the CL logic is inside Kaplan, and Kaplan is by default is run in the same process as the EL part of Erigon. So you can configure Erigon with an external CL, but by default Kaplan works great.
Right, but you still need like Lighthouse as a validating client to sign blocks. And
Yeah. Only for the keys. Yeah.
Okay, and this is not going to be included in Kaplan.
Well, maybe at some point, but I think not in the near future.
Got it. All right, Geth.
Yep. So I've not done much actually. Just kept the sync going to make sure the newer version was working. So I split it in 2 to get to have it a bit faster. The second half has finished. The first one is still ongoing. It's on a bit of a slower machine, but it's yeah, so far no problem. Otherwise, I was having a quick look into Pectra, but yeah, it should be doable. And I don't know when we're going to make a next release, but when this happens, I will rebase. Yeah. Oh, right. And someone had some issue, which apparently looks like some database corruption that happened. So I am yet to recover the database, but they saved it for me, so I will look into it. But yeah, so if this happens, unfortunately, you have to resync for now until I figure out what went wrong. But overall, it's working well. But yeah, there was this issue that I need to understand.
All right, and when are we like publicly releasing this Geth version for Gnosis Chain?
I mean, you can do it now. I think. Okay, you can wait for the sync to be done, but it's like another couple days. But I mean, it's more or less ready to go. Like I don't expect any issue popping up. Yeah, like okay, to be completely safe, let's wait for this thing to finish. But like otherwise, it's been working for over a month. There was this guy that had an issue, but I think it's because his machine like rebooted multiple times. So yeah, from what I can say, it's ready to go.
Okay, so for the release process, do you need should we get DevOps involved, or can you do the releases on the GitHub container registry or something like that for Docker images, or how do you see this working?
That's a good question, because I will need some CI. Yeah, so I will definitely need some help from DevOps. Yeah. If who should I contact? Camille?
I guess we'll do this internally. I'll
Alright,
contact
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, okay, we can do that.
Awesome. Reth?
Hi. Red had some issues with post-block execution where basically some storage routes were not getting committed, which is why we had that block route mismatch earlier week. So that got fixed. So currently we are syncing post-merge, pre-Shanghai. And yeah, after this, currently we are just syncing block by block, but I'll make a way to import a bunch of blocks together. Apart from this, I set up a release process to get the Docker image of a client so that Hive can work with Reth. Like we are basically using Hive to test, as Marcos did. That's it from the Reth side. I have a couple of questions for Yarke, but I'll ask them at the end.
All right. Well, I guess there's not much more to say currently, actually, for Pectra or anything else, unless Marcos, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say that we prepare all the scripts and everything needed on our end to wait for the DevNet 5 release from Ethereum Foundation. And as soon as they got the final EAPs and everything that is going to be included in this DevNet, we will release our own DevNet on Gnosis.
All right. Yeah, I guess Deb, go ahead.
The error mismatch issue that you were saying, I actually also faced it with Reth, trying to integrate Ethereum/tests. But I think another issue that might come up is your pre-states might not have some hard-coded contracts. For example, the block rewards or the withdrawals contract. For that, I think you have to change the retest ETH source code, right? Like you can't do that just using the T8N tool. This question is for Yarke.
Sorry, can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yeah. So, for example, post Cancun blocks in order to generate tests for them, you have to include the beacon block routes contract, the bytecode in the pre-state, right? At least that's what I saw in Ethereum/tests. But in order to make tests that interact with either the block rewards contract or the withdrawals contract, you will have to have their bytecode also hard-coded in the pre-state, which the T8N tool T8N tool just inputs the pre-state. So I think you have to also change the retest ETH source code in order to make this change.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for the mentioning. I'll try to do that.
Okay.
Any other question? All right, let's leave it at that then. Have a good week and well, let me check next week. Yeah, see you next week. Yeah, thanks for joining.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Have a
Bye.
good weekend.
Bye.